In this video, let us look at specific areas where Industry 4.0 can help you. We have been hearing about Industry 4.0 elements and the amazing change that it can bring in your company. It is heartening to see a few companies getting into this game and trying to improve their efficiencies. Many more companies should get started with the Industry 4.0. Among companies that are getting into trying Industry 4.0, there are at least two types. Those who are setting up new factories. These companies are going in for across the factory implementation of Industry 4.0 and trying to define a new level of manufacturing efficiency in the company. Companies who are trying to do this are few right now. We are sure, once there are a few case studies of paradigm change in the industry, the momentum will pick up, and more companies would attempt change in a bigger way. Many companies are trying to wet their feet. They are trying to do one project that would give them a feel for the cost or benefit. Many are trying out in the area of collecting more data from a machine and trying to predict its breakdown or performance. As we support companies with the Industry 4.0 applications, we at IMA are able to see multiple applications, and we are able to get a feel for the big change that Industry 4.0 can deliver. Can Industry 4.0 be the motivation for the Indian manufacturing to turn to improving their productivities and efficiency? We are presenting here a bunch of areas where you can make a beginning. There are very few companies and very few people who have really done something in the area of Industry 4.0 in India. But there are some good resources that can help you to start off. Everyone will learn together. The provider and the receiver of the service. Assembly lines. Companies are looking at no-fault forward lines. Their goal in these lines is 0 ppm. Gone are the days when we say 99 ppm is our target. Now, companies are trying to achieve 0 ppm. Assembly lines are getting designed that can deliver the 0 ppm. As many of the critical to quality parameters as possible are getting checked online. The quality data is getting captured at each station with the help of barcodes or RFID. Assembly stations are remembering the operators who are working at each of the stations. These stations also capture the information related to various losses at each of the stations. The managers review the lines using the data that is coming from this individual equipment. The line keeps sending updates about the production, quality, etc. to the relevant people in the management. Machine shop. The machine loading plan is being done with the help of a software. The e-machine Kanban is scheduling the production across the machines in the machine shop. This itself can give a huge benefit to many companies. The machine shops keep losing a lot of capacity due to the scheduling issues. In addition, the companies are monitoring the cutter life with the help of sensors to avoid rejections before they change the cutters. Many more individual applications are being tried out. Predictive maintenance. Another area many companies are trying out is in the area of predictive maintenance. The existing data from a machine itself can give several insights. In addition, more sensors are put to collect data on the condition of the machines, like vibration or temperature of a motor, to predict the condition and act before a breakdown happens. Companies are striving to create digital twins of their machineries and predict the performance of the machines. Online quality management. The offline quality plans are getting online. Companies are trying to collect data on the quality of the process and the product and act on the quality issues online. The data on quality parameters may be picked up from the machines online, or sometimes the quality data may be checked by the supervisor. The quality checks can be made by everyone in the factory and not just the hapless quality inspector. As the data on quality is available online, a lot of analysis is possible to understand the process and people. Subcontractor integration. A company that has many subcontractors can integrate these subcontracting locations as if it is one big shop floor. Schedule the subcontractors close to the point and time of need that goes along with the demand planning of the company. The online information about the status of the machinery resources in the subcontracting locations can be available for the company. The rescheduling of the parts can happen online on the basis of the condition of the machines at the subcontracting locations. You can monitor the preventive maintenance schedules at your subcontracting locations. You can help your subcontractors to plan the maintenance schedules. Once you treat them as one big group of machines in your shop floor, you can do a lot more. Supplier integration. You can schedule your multiple suppliers for a part on the basis of their quality and delivery on a dynamic basis. You don't have to wait for the supplier rating and correcting the share of business at the end of the year or half year. You can act in a more dynamic manner. The dispatches from your suppliers can be controlled online by issuing the e-Kanban cards close to the time of need. You can monitor the final inspection of your parts at the supplier end online. You can monitor the approved inspectors at your supplier place online. Depending on the cooperation of your suppliers and the need, you can monitor the quality of process at your supplier end. You can give feedback on the quality of their supplies to the shop floor teams at suppliers directly from your shop floor. Dealer integration. You can go forward with your integration of business partners and integrate your dealers into your network. You can have the online information about the products that are moving in the market and keep adjusting your production plans. You do not have to wait for the sales team to give you schedules. You can understand the consumption pattern of your customers more online using the connectivity. Skill development. You can make big changes in the way you train your employees. You can train them on micro topics using micro learning modules on a continuous basis. You can use e-learning for this. With a good e-learning developing partner, you can improve the skills of your employees at a much more depth than the conventional training. Example: if lean implementation is your priority, you can train your engineers on time and method study, after which they can carry out the projects in the shop floor. You can use the partner to certify your employees on skills and results. This perhaps is one of the areas where you can get big results and transform the way you run business. Skills have not been at the center of the business in India for too long. Problem solving. You can bring the problem solving in your company online. The problems can be allotted to the employees, and the various stages of solving the problems can be brought online. The employees can be taught to work in a systematic way for problem solving using an app. Promoting learning in your manufacturing process. Today, the quality plans are put, and the quality plans are not getting updated with the learnings from the manufacturing fast enough. If you have a process from which you are collecting a lot of data online, then you can let the quality plan learn from what is happening on the ground. You need to keep recording the quality of the product that is produced online, or close to being online. Then, the process parameters are captured, as well as the result of the process condition. From this, the quality plan can learn, using artificial intelligence, much like how your Google Maps app and several other apps learn from your usage of them. There can be many more areas where the Industry 4.0 elements can be used. Some of them may sound like, hey, we could do this earlier too. Does it matter if you haven't done it earlier? Let us use this current wave of interest in digitalization to improve efficiency on your shop floor and that of your partners, to give better service to the customer and improve our competitiveness in the market. But there are a few musts for you to get onto this journey. Come to a basic level of efficiency. If your company has never visited the lean principles, you have never heard of Kanban and other best practices, then you have some work to do before you go on to the digitalization. Many companies did not move to use the best practices so far. If current digitalization wave is interesting you, that is good news. You just create a phase 1 where you implement the best practices. The results that you can get from the efficiency improvement can pay for your investment in the digitalization. Let us turn the adversity of low efficiency into a virtue to pay for your Industry 4.0 efforts. There are very few companies in India that can say that they are very efficient. There may be huge scope for improvement in their own shop, or in the shop floor of partners, or in the marketplace. Exploit this inefficiency to pay for your big efforts in Industry 4.0. Have a big target for your Industry 4.0 efforts. Only a big target will help you adapt the best practices using the technology. For 10% to 15% improvement in productivity, you don't need technology. Aim at doubling your productivity or efficiency. Then, there can be a challenge for you to find technology that will take you to next orbit. Disrupt your company with technology. Don't try to cut vegetables with King's sword. Train your teams. Please remember, however much the managing director may know about Industry 4.0, you can't implement it without an urge of your team. You need to educate your team about what the possibilities are. Current level of knowledge of the engineers or managers in the industry is quite bad. Let the thinking happen across your company and aim at making the Industry 4.0 implementation. When are you starting off on your transformation journey?